Trust Spirit. Atop the Andes Mountains, near the city of Cusco, Don Lobos turns his yellow eye toward the midnight blue canvas of the celestial tapestry, woven by Spider-Woman. He watches the heavens and the movement of the stars above him. A deep understanding of the turning of events that will follow, as the season of man changes in its foreverness, comes over him. The celestial clock is nearing midnight. He watches in silence like the panther, as humanity awaits the final moments of the dream called reality. He is burdened with knowing it will unfold in accordance with the ancient knowledge remembered by the Inca. What contemporary man may call the prophecies was to the ancient Inca the knowledge of the divine laws from the original teachings of the indigenous peoples of this earth. Below his mountain hideaway in the city of Cusco and its valleys, one can begin to feel the energies of a different world. A world of more ordinary men. A world of those who walk amongst the fallen angels. A world of those who are sometimes called the gods in amnesia. Gods who dreamwalk through their sometimes silent and sometimes not so silent slumbers. They stumble through life, falling into their path rather than walking with purpose toward a point of destination, unaware that they are as eternal as the light itself, believing that the conditions of the holographic game are the laws of reality. But this evening, the energy throughout the heavens is churning with a strange, intoxicating resonance. The seasons of man can be felt churning deep within the belly of the cosmos, as well as within the bodies of the little Terrans below. The sun will rise in the morning over the little city of Cusco, as it has for eons. This rising is a signal of our eternal nature to those of us who still hold the ancient knowledge. A signal that the spirit of man shall triumph through the darkness of ignorance and pain which exists at this moment. Let them recognize this symbol, lest they be consumed in the ashes of their deeds. Each morning we are remembered of the eternal nature of the universe, of which we are but a small part in the web of life, as Grandfather Sun sends his eternal energy to all that grows upon this little jewel in the cosmos, sometimes called the emerald of the universe. Don Lobos sits beneath the celestial canopy of the jungle sky, amid the cathedral of the moon, as the fragrance of flowers mixing with the salt air of the below fill the air around him. He finds himself traveling through veils of human wondering. We are travelers through the void, with eternity as our final destiny. Ahead of us lay the uncharted waters of a million unknown potentials. And behind us we shall leave all our past dreams. The deeds we have done are like the ripples in the tide, sometimes shimmering, sometimes as formless as darkness. Our passion, it seems, is in the moving as the tide, ebbing and flowing, sometimes thrashing upon the rocks of unseen shorelines. Mankind's ultimate destiny lies in the stars from which we have come. For as it was in the beginning, so shall it be again. The whole of the earth and its people has entered the gateway of the winds of change. This entry occurred October 10th through November 15th of 1997. Quetzal, the pale prophet, told his visions of the future for mankind to the ancient Toltec people approximately 2,000 years ago. I don't know about approximately, but we'll just say 2,000-ish years ago. Those visions are now becoming the living dream. The ancient ones seem less and less hidden in some obscure past with the passing of each day. Their presence can be felt at the ceremonies. You feel the actual physical presence of the person next to you, intuitively. Like when a stranger walks into a room. Upon turning, you are startled to find that there is no physical person there. You are left wondering whether or not to mention this to the other people participating with you, only to find in your hesitation that they also have had a similar experience. Occurrences of this nature are becoming more and more commonplace as the gateway swings wide open. This phenomenon is being experienced regardless of cultural backgrounds, lending to a greater intuitive understanding that the flesh is only a vehicle through which we are born of light. We pass through only for the sake of earthly experience. Visions of the crystal cities and halls of learning are more and more frequently coming to my door, as people come to me seeking explanations for their visions and their dreams. Experiences that they have no cultural reference for. In memory of the light being they are, which has had multiple experiences, many, many lifetimes, in many cultural and tribal dramas, along the wheel of reincarnation. These appearances and mental or spirit messages from the old ones is a global occurrence at this time. We cherish and honor the old ones who taught so much to those first courageous beings that ventured from beneath the surface upon a virgin land as they emerged from Middle Earth. The shamans and the seers tell us that the season of the dragon has indeed returned. Grand teachers, wizards, and healers who have been here before have come again unto this plane to help mankind make the transition into the fifth world. Some awaken late in life's experience. Still, others claim to have made an arrangement with souls who have grown tired of their earthly sojourn. Thus, an exchange of sorts is made. When one encounters one of these beings, it will be noticed that there has been a radical change in the person's life, which can affect sudden changes in interests, relationships, or career paths. Moving to a different area after years of apparent sedentary patterns have been followed by, methodically, a complete change in personality also accompanies this kind of arrangement with walk-ins. The reason for this happening with such frequency at this time is that there is simply not enough time before the major shifting of reality begins to allow for the process that has been the norm for eons of our evolutionary experience here upon Earth. In summary, there simply isn't enough time to wait for anybody to grow up before the changes hit. It is yet another affirmation of the quickening. Dragons are often seen in visions as the phoenix hatching from its embryonic rebirth. The eagle is also a form through which the dragon has manifested upon this plane at this time. So yes, eagle dreams connect to this level of consciousness. When we have this kind of vision, our memories are stirred by voices that seems to be speaking from somewhere deep within our cosmic consciousness. The real us that is eternal and exists through many life experiences and knows the greater truth to our human expression upon the physical plane. These voices have begun once again to speak to us from our now not so distant past, sometimes speaking through feelings and sometimes heard as songs that could only come from spirit beings. They speak of knowledge long asleep in the icy consciousness of contemporary mankind. The question of our need to exercise discernment comes into play here, as they can be others that are around us, perhaps while involved in a ceremony, that are from another lifetime. You see, time itself is collapsing, and there is a merging occurring, as time itself seems to be liquefying. Later, as the changes progress, this will actually transcend to the physical plane, and things that have been created in this consciousness will then begin to liquefy. For all things are but an expression of our consciousness, emotional as well as physical. We are magnets for thought as well as senders of thought forms. This occurs through the process of creation known as manifesting into physical experience or physical form. Thought forms can manifest into physical experience or physical form, i.e., when one is trying to manifest abundance. If such abundance were to manifest as pieces of gold, that would be manifesting into physical form. If, however, one manifested abundance and there suddenly appears in the individual's life business opportunities that lead to financial success, this would be manifesting into physical experience. Here, the experience leads to the desired results, which is abundance, and abundance that is created through circumstance. This understanding kind of gives you a new insight into relationships, doesn't it? What goes out will return to its sender. What goes out will return to its creator. So there is really no one to blame for our life experiences, is there? It is really a matter of learning to get control of the wheel in an ongoing dream. Life experiences, that is, manifesting into physical and emotional reality that never stops. Hence the term, the river of life. Remember that thought manifests the nature of reality, as we discussed in Last Cry. The breath of the dragon is once again being felt upon the land, as our brothers from the stars make once more their presence known amongst us. The promises of the old ones are being kept as the unfolding of what was once prophecy is being experienced as current events. North in the States, they say you can feel a queer chill to the air as Old Man Winter makes his presence known throughout the highlands. A chill that, before it is through, will not be able to be denied by even the most close-minded of our kind. For even they are being affected by the cosmic churning of the universe, which moves through their beings like the magma beneath the stones of the earth. Memories of a truth still felt within their longing hearts, remembered in the games of innocence their children play. Aho.